Hello, everyone, and welcome to Evolve Yourself TV. My name is Bodhisattva Agni, and I will be doing a guided meditation for all of us today to benefit humanity. What does a Bodhisattva do? He benefits humanity, so that's why I'm here. I'm here to help out, to help my brothers and sisters. It's not that easy of an existence here in the human condition, so I'm going to help. I'm going to make things better. I've devoted my life. I've devoted my life to helping out those around me. So let's see what's going on in chat. Let me first hydrate because water is important. Are you drinking water? Everyone out there, Actius de Luna. What's your water intake been like today, huh? Have you been drinking plenty of water? Are you hydrated? Iggy, ignorant man. Good to see you. How's it going? You say Bodhisattva returns. What's that all about? I am a Bodhisattva. I realized that today. I realized that. So I'm back. And I'm back. I just didn't realize I was. It was one of those things that kind of slipped. It slips your mind when you keep coming back over and over. Sometimes you get a little, you fall too much in love with absurdist humor, and next thing you know, you forget your Bodhisattva roots. But anyways, yes, I'm the self-proclaimed Bodhisattva. The universe is also agrees with me. You will see. One day you will see. Also, you say you don't see the Rune Pull channel redemption. Is that just on your end? Yeah, that is a thing. That is a thing. All right. I have right here in this bag, I have a bunch of runes. Now, one of my friends made these runes. She used a wood burner and carved all these beautiful runes. And this is the one that I pulled a couple days ago, if you can see it. And I'm going to go through that one, and then I'm going to have a channel redemption in there. I'm going to have a channel redemption in there for rune pulls. So we can do rune pulls, right? Actius, what do you think of that? Iggy, what do you think of that? Are you guys down for rune pulls? I think that's a nice addition to the chat. I got this book right here. And we're going to do some rune pulls, have a good time, talk about some stuff, some new content. We got to bring new content to the channel, new life, new blood. I've given enough blood to this channel. It's time the runes give some of their own blood. Hey, Liquid Stealth, man, good to see ya. Hey, welcome in, dude. Yeah, I'm an old Bodhisattva. It turns out I didn't even realize that until this morning. So that's like a new thing. That's part of the deal now. You're hanging with the Bodhisattva, and we're gonna do rune pulls. We're gonna do rune pulls. Not today. I'm gonna read my rune pull today, and then I'm gonna make a channel redemption, and yeah, we're gonna go from there. Actius, you want to know about what is a Bodhisattva? All right, well, I'll explain that. All right, I'll give you a precise definition. A bodhisattva is a Buddhist deity who has achieved enlightenment but delays entering paradise to help others attain enlightenment. The word bodhisattva comes from the Sanskrit word bodhi, meaning awakening or enlightenment, and sattva, meaning being. So pretty cool, right? Bodhisattvas are compassionate beings. I'm a compassionate guy, right? I'm often depicted in elegant clothing. Hence the shirt. This is very elegant. Precious jewelry, right? And graceful poses. Look at me. I'm a yogi. I do graceful poses. They are known for renouncing their own salvation to help others who are suffering. That's like totally my style, right? That's exactly what I do. So anyways, I'm a bodhisattva. It's important for the world to know. All right. But yeah, how's everyone doing tonight? What's new? Iggy, what's going on with you, man? You've been kind of quiet today. I hope you're doing well. Actius, what's going on with you? I saw you driving in the car with Mark. You look pretty happy. You look pretty excited. You're moving out in the world more. You're getting out. You're venturing out into unfamiliar places and spaces. So that seems good. And then Liquid, what's going on with you, man? How you doing? By the way, Liquid Stealth, I was telling everyone they need to drink more water. How's your water intake been today? Are you drinking plenty of water today? Am I talking louder? I feel like I'm talking louder than usual. Like let me turn this down a little bit. There we go. Is that better on everyone's ears? I think it's better on my ears if I'm not screaming in the mic. I mean, it's okay to scream in the mic, but not when we're supposed to be like a calm, peaceful bodhisattva, right? I don't need to scream in the mic then. Let's see. Actius, you say a perfect Bodhi Agni. Yes, I know. It's, you know, and now that I remember what I am, I'm like a lot more chill. It takes a while sometimes for that understanding to come to one. But it was actually during a poem. I was writing a poem today. You'd be happy to know. And yeah, I remembered. I was like, oh yeah, that's right. I'm a bodhisattva. I forgot. I'd forgotten about that all this time. I just thought I was like some dude that's like out there, doing guided meditations. But I'm a legit bodhisattva. Let's see. Actius, you say you are, but you still love your hermit cave. Yeah, I know. And I'm kind of the same way as you. I think I'm a little more extroverted than you, but yeah, I do like having my place that I can go and just kind of chill and relax. Liquid, you say you try to hit a gallon. A gallon a day is perfect. A gallon a day is perfect. They say, I've heard that you're supposed to drink half your body weight in ounces per day, but I think a gallon is actually more appropriate, at least for me. Like if you're like a high energy person, or if you work out a lot, you need to do a gallon. When I used to do Bikram yoga all the time, I was 2 gallons a day. But let me tell you, you have to go to the bathroom a lot if you're a 2 gallon a day guy. I was a 2 gallon a day bodhisattva back then, and yeah, there were times where it was a little uncomfortable how many times I had to go to the bathroom. But that's just life. That's life as a Bikram yogi and as a bodhisattva. Let's see. Actius, you say you're pretty extroverted, just like your alone time. Yeah, I mean, alone time is crucial. Well, you're totally extroverted. I mean, whenever we talk, you're talking up a storm. You're like intense. You want to engage, but then you have barriers that sometimes prevent you, and sometimes you need to kind of chill and relax, right? I get it. That's just how it goes. You're living the California dream. Are you living the California dream, Actius? Liquid Self, you say you mixed in flavored EAAs, makes hitting that gallon mark a bit easier. EAAs, are those just electrolytes? I've been mixing in stuff too, and it's crucial. By the way, because I used to drink distilled water all the time. I never mix anything in, and it wasn't a smooth move. So now I mix in some like essential salts and things like that. It's got like magnesium, potassium, calcium, just like a bunch of salts and stuff like that. I got it. Here, let me go grab it. I'll show you what I got. All right, I got 2 separate things. So the one that I've been getting really big into lately is this one. I don't know if you know this one. It's no sugar electrolytes, raw, no artificial sweeteners, no citrus, no stevia, no monk fruit, none of that stuff. No flavorings. Can you guys even see that? Is that coming up? Yeah, you get the gist. It's just like pure minerals, right? Nothing bad. It's got potassium, sodium, magnesium, and calcium. It's just solid, right? So I do this in my water. That's like my move. Oh, it tastes great. And then the other one, I don't know if you guys are all familiar with this one, Trace Minerals. They come in these little powder packs. These are pretty badass. These are pretty amazing. These have all sorts of stuff in them. But it's all natural, except the one thing I don't like about it is it's got steviol. It's like a derivative of stevia, apparently. But the jury's out on that one. It's regardless. The rest of the stuff in here is it's just top notch. It's top notch. It's got the watermelon flavor, and it's got all sorts of other, like, look at all this. I mean, who's got good eyes? Can you read all that? Do you read all that real quick? All right. It's got a lot of good shit. Everything in here is pretty much good shit, except possibly the steviol, which is a derivative of stevia. So anyways, those are the things that I have. But yeah, the main one I'm into though these days is this one. All right. Where else are we now here? Essential amino acids. Yeah, perfect. There you go. So you're getting your amino acids. I have another one. I take the pill form. Let me go grab those, actually. I know they say it's better to mix in stuff that is so I take this one. There you go. This is just pill form. I know it's better to drink the stuff and have it broken down. Like I should probably just pour this stuff into my drink, you know. But it's a pretty good one. This one's pretty good. If you're gonna take a pill of it, right? But yeah, I'm big into vitamins. I like vitamins. I like multivitamin. I take a multivitamin every day. I take, you know, just some vitamin E, some fish oils, stuff like that. I figure, you know, I don't know if it's making a difference, but I figure it's not hurting. It's at least not hurting me. So why not, right? Why not try it out? So that's what I do. That's one of the things I do. Let's see. Oh, Actius, you say, are you going to read? Are you going to let me read your poem, AJ? So the poem that I wrote today is not ready for publication. It still needs a little work. I'd read it to you. I'd read it to you on the phone if you're down for that. Like maybe after stream or tomorrow or something. I got to eat after stream, so tomorrow, if you're down for that, I can read it to you over the phone. And get your input on that one. And then the other one that I wrote the other day, I decided today that I don't really like it. I mean, it's pretty good. I'll read it to you anyway, but a lot of the content, I've realized that like I've used that content before, and I've like the way I phrase stuff. It's good, it's solid, but like it's kind of like a hodgepodge of some of my earlier poems. So I don't want to like necessarily publish it, but we'll see how it goes. Let's see. Actius, you say you take a handful of vitamins for years. Oh, really? And you still don't truly know if there's any effects on your well-being. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The people that I know that are really into vitamins say that it's better. It's absorbed better in your system if you can take it like mixed in with like liquid, right? Or like mixed in with food and stuff like that. So I don't know, but I figure it's at least not hurting, right? I mean, if you're taking, I mean, a lot of people swear by vitamins. I've been taking them most of my life, so. You know, whatever. It's at least not hurting. I like to think it's at least helping a little bit, right? And you say I'm such a perfectionist. A little bit. I am a little bit of a perfectionist. That's just how it goes with me. All right. And then Actius, you say you write your feelings and BAM posts. You do. And you know, and I respect you for that. But your poems always sound like this. They're just so good. They're yummy. You know, they're juicy. They come out fresh and raw and juicy. You know, my poems, I need to work at that. I have to pay meticulous attention to detail, or else I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. All right, so I'm kind of talking a lot. Maybe we should just hop into the meditation. I think that's better. That's a better move, right? Because sometimes if I'm up here, I'm just talking, and we never even get the meditation done. I don't know. What do you guys think? Like, do you guys do? You know, give me a sign. Give me a sign if you want to do a meditation. You know, give me a sign. I mean, because I don't really know if Ignorant wants a meditation. All right, so we're gonna do it. Iggy wants a meditation. All right, so let's get the lighting better. We got to get the lighting in order here. Here we go. Blue. You guys down with the blue lighting for today? I'm not doing the red. The red looks kind of weird. All right, Medi Bodhi, yes, here we go. So yeah, I always come out here and I'm pretty intense, and we talk about rune pulls, we talk about rune lore, we talk about philosophy, we play some chess, we do all sorts of intense stuff, and then we slow things down. And go to the place of peace, love, and oneness residing in our heart chakras. So find a comfortable seated position. You can sit on the floor in lotus pose. You can sit cross-legged, or you can sit in a chair. The main thing is to find a position that is comfortable for you. And then gently close your eyes. And take a few slow, deep breaths on your own. I have an Amitabha Buddhist chant that I play that has a chime that rings every 2 seconds, which you can utilize to help regulate your breath count. So take a few more slow and deep breaths on your own while maintaining good posture. Inhale through your nose, gently raising your belly. Exhale through your mouth, gently lowering your belly. Breathe in through your nose, slowly raising your abdomen. Breathe out through your mouth, slowly lowering your abdomen. Stay focused on your breath. Inhale, raising your belly. Exhale, lowering your belly. Breathe in, raising your abdomen. Breathe out, lowering your abdomen. Keep your awareness on your breath count. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Your breath calms your body, and your body calms your mind. Be mindful of your breath count. Visualize yourself sitting on the tallest mountain peak. Watching the clouds float through the sky beneath you. Two clouds float together and merge into one. And one cloud stretches apart, dividing into two. These clouds float through the sky before disappearing over the horizon. These clouds are like your thoughts. Thoughts come into being and exist for a while in conscious awareness before disappearing from your mind. That is the nature of human thought. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that does not serve you well. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all that is of no benefit to you. Stay true to your breath. As thoughts materialize in your mind, visualize them as clouds floating through the sky before disappearing over the horizon, and return your focus to your breath count. Your essence is love. Your love is manifested in this worldly form through light. Your purpose is to share your love with others. Bypassing all ego and connecting with them directly at their source. By doing so, they will remember their own internal love. And they will share their love with all whom they encounter. Awakening all of humanity from the dream of separation. Melting back into that place of perfect oneness. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that does not serve you well. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all ego which obscures your third eye vision. Stay true to your breath count. As thoughts arise in your mind, visualize them as clouds floating through the sky before disappearing over the horizon. And return your awareness to your breath. On your next breath, travel down beneath the level of conscious awareness. Go to the region of your heart chakra. Give yourself permission to experience the love emanating from this location. Allow yourself to feel the warmth surrounding this love. Experience the perfect peace residing here. And the joy which accompanies it. In this place, you exist in a state of perfect monism. In this place, all is one. Opposites of any kind cannot exist here. For that which is eternally everything can have no opposite. Fear of any kind cannot enter here. For that which is eternally certain can have no fear. Anger is not welcome here. For this place is eternally filled with love. Lack of any kind is impossible here. For this place is eternally full. Separation cannot enter here. For that which is eternally whole can never be separate. And division of any kind is barred from entry here. For this place is eternally undivided. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that is of no benefit to you. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all ego which hinders your evolution. Stay true to your breath count. As thoughts flitter and flutter in your mind, gently release them. And return to the peace and love contained within your breath count. In this next part, we're going to travel to our Dantian energy center. Located 2 inches below your belly button. travel down beneath the level of consciousness. Out of your head and into your dantian. It is at this place where your essence flows the strongest. This is the nexus of creation. The gateway to the source of all creation. The holiest of altars. It is in this place where all transformation occurs. It is in this place that you unearth your true identity. Below the level of consciousness, you unearth your true self. That self being pure love. Extending outward in every direction. All-encompassing, omnipresent. Helping you remember there never was any separation. The dantian contains your center point. The tether beyond this dualistic framework. Gently reminding you who you truly are. slowly awakening you from the dream of separation. Focus your awareness on your center point. And when you're ready, travel through. I'll meet you on the other side. Here, you choose to release any residual ego. For ego will never make you happy. Watch as the ego gently melts away. Into the nothingness from which it was dreamt. What remains is the purest love. And the awareness that you are that love. The ego being nothing more than a spatio-temporal construct. That is no longer needed for those who are beyond space-time. Here, in this place of perfect monism, you recall your divine identity. here in this place of perfect peace. You remember your true nature. At this holiest of altars, you remember that your divine purpose is to spread love. Excluding no one from your kindness. For what are they but your reflection? You are the holiest of love. And you were created to be that eternally. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all stress and tension from your corporeal body. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing any residual ego that may temporarily remain. Gently open your eyes and return to the present moment, bringing with you the peace from this meditation throughout the remainder of your days. Namaste. Thank you so much for sharing this sacred space, this sacred place with me. For entering into the place of pure oneness and love. You become that pure love and oneness. For residual ego melts away because it is incompatible with your true identity, which is that love. I hope you each felt that perfect love and are willing to take that love with you out into the dualistic framework and help others remember that that perfect love resides within them as well. Share it with all of those whom you encounter, excluding not a single soul. For each one of them is your reflection. Namaste. Let's see. That was a 43-minute and 53-second meditation, which is longer than we usually do. Those of you who stuck it out and hung there with me, I am honored and grateful to be here with you, to consider you friends and family. And you're doing something amazing by entering into this place. You're doing something that is going to save you a lot of time and energy in the long run and help you get to whatever place you want to be and achieve any connections that you want to achieve with others in a way that cannot be done through the ego. So thank you. How was that for everyone? Hello everyone. Let's see. Damrock's Music, welcome in, man. Good to see you, friend. Welcome back. And we got Zwar here. Awesome. Let's give a big shout out to Zwar. Zwar is amazing. Good dude. Zwar is a fellow meditator and yogi, and he streams here on Twitch. Everyone should go check out Czar and drop him a follow. He does gaming, but he also does meditation and yoga. I think you streamed for over a year, right? Doing a yoga and meditation, man. That's something amazing, man. Every day for a year. Like what a good dude. You know, coming into the Twitch world and bringing love and light with him. And he's on the path. He's legit. He's on the path. He's authentic. And I got nothing but respect for this man. He turned his life around. And he's also into metal. He's also into metal like me. So that's kind of cool too. I like when people who are into yoga and meditation also are into some more hardcore stuff, because you know, it should be for everyone. It shouldn't just be for those who are only into, you know, into just light stuff, I guess you could say. In fact, one could argue that metalheads need meditation more than anyone, right? So welcome in, man. And we got Rod Durden. Hey, you say metal is for everyone. Yeah, I mean, I love it. That's my bread and butter. Most of what I listen to is metal, and I absolutely love it. And there's something about going out into the woods. We were actually talking about this the other day. I like to go out into the woods in the middle of the night, find a log or a tree somewhere, and either lean against the tree or sit on the log out in the middle of the forest and put on my headphones and listen to metal and just meditate. I feel like it does something different to you. You feel there's a certain awe that comes with it, to be at a state of perfect peace when you're pumping metal through your veins. You used to use metal to spread that bread with butter. Yeah, right. I get that, man. I get that. I use it too. Hey, we got Tape's new chess. Wow, I haven't seen you in ages, man. Let's give a shout out to Tape's new, dude. Tape's new. I always mess up your name. I'm sorry, brother. Big shout out to Tape's new. I actually saw you recently, man. You've increased your rapid rating, right? Aren't you over like 2,000 on chess.com? I could have sworn I saw you with a higher rapid rating, man. I'm chilling a little bit over 1,900 these days. But everyone who's into chess, go check out Tap's new or Tape's new or whatever. Check out Tape's new chess. He's a good dude. He's a chess streamer. I'm a chess instructor. That's what I do IRL. That's my job. And he's also a chess instructor on Twitch. He plays and he teaches, and he's just a good dude. And he's strong. He's strong. It's cool. It's cool that the chess is booming, and that people want to experience it. People want to take that journey. I mean, it's an ancient game, 2,000 years old, dude. Oh, I don't know, those of you who know, some of you might know this. I know Tape is new, probably does, but chess is going to be an esport this year. It finally made it. So this could be the beginning of something gigantic for chess, because that's always been the big thing. A lot of the other sports and games out there have major sponsors and sponsorships and all this, but chess was always lagging behind, and a lot of that was because of FIDE, which is the governing body of chess. But chess was invited to the esports competition this year. I don't know when they're having it, but it's gonna hopefully accelerate the spread of chess. I mean, because I think deep down most people love the game, and they have a lot of respect for the game, because. I mean, what do people do? They like strategy. They like thinking. They like they have tactical awareness, right? You have to have those things when you play games, right? And I think this could be a major catalyst for chess. And maybe I'll get a lot more students. We'll see. Rod Durden, you say you don't know, you just got here. Can I start over? I have already. We just did a 43-minute meditation. I will post the VOD though. So yeah, you can check out the VOD. Definitely check out the VOD and do the meditation, and let me know what you think. I'm always interested in feedback and all of that stuff. And let's see. Zwar, you said thanks, brother. Yeah, well, thank you, man. Rod Durden, you say you're not actually a chess teacher. You just play it on TV. Well, there you go, man. There you go. And I'm not actually a human being. I'm a bodhisattva. So I guess we each have our own things that we are. Yeah, and then what else is going on? Dom Rocks, good to see you here, man. I think I already said hi. Octius, what did you think of the meditation, Octius? Beautiful, solid, AJ. Yeah, thank you. Well, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Liquid Stealth, my brother, VIP Liquid Stealth. I'm glad that you got something out of it, man. This is great. Dom Rocks, you say, isn't Bodhisattva like the end of the path? So the Bodhisattva takes a vow, and the vow is that instead of reuniting into that place of perfect love and eternity forever, they're just going to keep coming back. They're going to keep coming back and helping humanity out until every single person is back, and then the Bodhisattva journey is done. So I got some work to do, because there's a lot of people that are still wanting to murder each other every day, right? There's a lot of people that are miserable and that are struggling and that are going through turmoil and don't know how to find that love and light within themselves. There's a lot of people that are driven by ego and fear and shame and guilt and cowardice and anger and hatred, and those are the people that I'm called to. I'm called to those people to help them realize that there's another way, there's another path, and I'm going to keep coming back until they're all with me, until they're all back with me. That's my vow. That's the Bodhisattva vow. Yeah. Anyways, we got some new stuff. We got new stuff. We got this Rune lore book, and we got runes. And I'm going to be putting a channel redemption in for rune pulls. It's a new part of the stream, so I hope you all are going to like that. I did just pull a rune recently, and I'm going to read to you. Actually, no. We're gonna read the section right before they discuss the runes, and then maybe we'll see how it goes. Now, there's been a development that's a little unsettling. Where is it? And it's this. I now officially have glasses to read. I guess I'm nearsighted. And initially this really, really bothered me. It was I don't know. I figured I'd never need glasses. And, and then I just, all of a sudden, I was having difficulty reading, and it's just like a thing that I need now. I know, I'm blind now. I'm blind. I'm the blind seer. So yeah, here we go. We got some glasses now. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. It feels weird. I feel like part of me still kind of wants to start smashing shit, but it's not my path. I feel like the light is a little too intense here. Hold on, let me adjust some things. All right. We got to make some adjustments. We got to make some adjustments here. It's a little too much. This is the first time I've ever worn get out of there. This is the first time I've ever worn these glasses. There's too much glare. I can't even wear these. I got to look away or something. There's too much glare. I'm going to have to look down. I think this isn't going to be compatible with the stream. I don't know. You're just going to have to deal with it. You're going to have to deal with it. Maybe if I do this, I think we're better. So, all right, here we go. The name of this book is Rune Lore. It was given to me by a friend who's big into all sorts of interesting stuff. And we're just gonna read the first section. All right, here we go. It's not that long. It's just a few paragraphs, and then we'll read about my rune. In part 1, we hope to establish the firm traditional basis in exoteric aspects of rune lore with insights into hidden and timeless lore. In part 2, we will continue to base ourselves as much as possible in the solid traditional framework. This emphasis that the Guild always places on bases in verifiable tradition, that is, historical runic systems, old Germanic literatures, ancient histories, is important if we are to avoid being forced to accept one man's or woman's revelation. But of course, the Guild is an instrument for practical application of this tradition, so we will go well beyond the limited academic/scientific aspect. We quicken the wooden forms of academic findings with the inspiration of Odin, but we remain forever open to new findings and conclusions reached through purely intellectual means as well. Ideally, the systematic collection of data and the logical analysis of those data to form rational conclusions, the intuitive understanding of the multiversal mysteries and the inspired use of those mysteries to transform or shape reality should work in tandem, each feeding the other. Hidden doors are thereby opened in both directions. This is the work of the Rune Guild on all its levels. Well, that's pretty cool. Let's continue. Rune is the word of the Guild. It is in and of itself a magical formula. Paradoxically, as a word, the more we refine the definition of rune, the broader its meaning becomes. This is why the ambiguous translation as secret or mystery is suitable. It is perhaps worth repeating that the term rune only secondarily refers to the letter forms, staves, commonly called runes. As a magical word, rune must be understood from self-created viewpoints, and as such, its true meaning cannot be communicated through profane natural speech. As a magical word, it is whispered in our ear by the Odin within. Starting points on this road are the realizations that on a cosmological level, runes are focal points of energy/substance in a complex, implicit cosmic framework. And on a psychological level, they are points of reference at which intelligence interacts with human intelligence. Knowledge of this level concerning the character of the runes must be allowed to go with you in all runic investigations. Only so armed will the atheling be able to find his way in the complex realms of rune lore. All right, well, that sounds pretty badass. That's pretty cool. Okay, all right, so here we go. This is the rune that I pulled. I had a friend over the other day, and I pulled this rune, and I'm going to read the section about this rune, a few paragraphs. Let's see what it says. It says, first of all, the rune is pronounced Fee, F-E-E, Fee, but its actual name is F-E-H-U, but it's pronounced Fee. Mythologically, the F rune is bound to the three great deities whose names begin with its sound: Frigg, Freya, and Freyr. These divinities derive some of their power from the mystery of Fee. From the numinous fire of Fee, Frigg and Freya receive their gifts as seeresses. From this common source, runecasters derive their ability to read the runes aright in divinatory work. Feu, or Fee, is the mystery of gold. Well, that's kind of cool, the mystery of gold. That is, it is the numinous power of that which is called money or wealth in our society, which is now dominated by these pecuniary mysteries. This rune exists in a great ecological system of power or energy, and this rune must be yielded into receptive fields in order to be increased. It increases in power through circulation, and it is transformed from one shape to another. This must not, however, be done blindly, but rather with foresight and wisdom. So I guess intentionality is an important part of this rune. The Feu power naturally belongs in the hands of true athelings, and it is their responsibility to see that it is properly used. Those who do not do so face the natural withering process, ruled by, quote, the Lord, as a representative of the gods. Abrogation of such responsibilities leads to strife. In the cosmology, this is the true outward force of the primal cosmic fire, the expansive force that answers to contradiction and solidification in ice. This is a fire generated out of water and in the dark depths of the multiverse and in the dark corners of the self. Well, Agni likes fire. I can definitely agree with that. It is within the self that the power of Fee is most important to the runecaster. The F rune is a force that lies hidden in most souls, like a wolf in the woods, yet can be raised along the path of the gravefish, which is the serpent. From death shall come life, from darkness, light. All right, there we go. There we go. We did our first rune reading. What do you guys think of that? Is this something that you're interested in, doing some rune pulls throughout at the end of meditations? Because I think this is kind of a nice little touch. Let's see. Where else are we at in everything? Radurden, you say you have a statue of me on your shelf. I mean, you should. Everyone should have a statue of me on their shelf. Like, I think if everyone had a statue of me on their shelf, the world would be a better place. All right. Let's see else. Where else are we at? Actius, you say you will know your pain now. I'm blind. Yeah, I know. With glasses, it's really weird. I don't know what to say about it. Take it off, or Mark's going to have to pay. I don't know what that means. Let me. I can't handle these. They're too much. Let's see. Diamrox, you say you ever get into noticing things flickering, like during the meditation? Are you talking about, or with the glasses? And then you say it's. I'm starting to get into it, noticing things flickering. Assuming you're talking without glasses. I don't. I'm not. You have to clarify that though for me. Diamrox, you say you ever get into Liquid, you say it takes getting used to. Yeah, it seems a little weird first. You never remember to take yours anywhere. I know. Like I'm not going to be bringing them with me. I can't handle that. At least not at this point. Maybe someday when I'm a little more, a little less stubborn, I'll actually do it. But right, yeah, it's just weird having glasses to me. I've never needed. I've always had perfect 20/20 vision, and this just kind of hit me. I was actually reading. Yeah, I was reading the label. I was trying to read the fucking label on this thing. And I was like, why can't I read any of this? This doesn't make any sense. I was like, no, I can't read any of this shit. And then I was having like, I was able to read, but it was like it was strained, and I was getting headaches and stuff. So I went to the optometrist, and he was like, hey, guess what? Turns out you need glasses. The king of the fire gods, empowered by Taki, whose supreme wisdom burns all delusion. You need glasses, Mr. Bodhisattva. And so it was a very humbling moment, but it's one that I accept with grace and dignity. Okay. Anyways, Actius, you say you love that you're exploring the mystical side of existence. This is your I know. This is your thing. You're the one with who knows all the crystals and gems and all that stuff. And I figure, you know what? I'm in this culture now. I go to all sorts of holistic places and events and whatnot. Now, I'm grounded in analytic philosophy. Those of you who don't know what analytic philosophy is, it's basically math. All right, it's basically math and avoiding ambiguity and trying to, avoiding vagueness, trying to make everything, all communication as clear as possible. Basically, my master's degree with analytic philosophy hates this shit. It hates the shit. It looks down on all the shit, and that's my foundation. So I've had to. I want to experience it though. I want to experience what this is because a lot of people that I'm really close to experience it. And a lot of people that I know have derived great benefit from stuff like this, and so why not? Why not have an open mind, right? That's how I see it. A lot of my analytic philosophy brothers and sisters are gonna probably fucking want to put a knife to my throat and try to get me to come at them with some cogent argument of why this is actually important to me. But that's just one of those things. It's just one of those things. I'm okay. I'm okay with that. I like to experience everything. Hey, we got Noger here. You say never, man. Dude, thank you. Speaking of analytic philosophy brothers, right on cue, man. I fucking love this guy. Big shout out to my NYC brother. Noger, by the way, I don't know if you know this. Do you know that they just had the World Rapid and Blitz tournament in New York? On Wall Street, at some big prestigious financial building. They had the major Magnus Carlsen was there, Hikaru was there. All the chess greats were there competing in some glorious historic building on Wall Street, and they were battling it out. And it was this major event, like one of the most major chess events every year was held on Wall Street, man, in your town, man. That's pretty cool. But anyways, everyone check out Noger. He is an analytic philosopher, and he's not gonna come with a knife to my throat because I'm reading rune lore and doing rune pulls. He's not gonna come tear me apart. He's not gonna look down on me that I've been experimenting with crystals and stuff like that. He's cool with the fact that I'm in that culture, and he's an analytic philosopher, and he's as legit as anyone gets. In fact, he's read, what are we at now? What's the count? How many analytic or how many philosophy journal articles have you read now? It's somewhere around 500? Are you at 500 yet? I mean, I took a long time off Twitch. I don't know. But yeah, so he's read a ton of these philosophical journal articles on Twitch, and I mean, at first he wasn't really gaining traction. It took him a while. He started as a Minesweeper guy, a Minesweeper streamer, and then he went into doing these philosophy streams, and it's like legit philosophy, and he actually explains it in a way that Joe Schmo on the street can understand, without a deep philosophical background, and I think that's pretty cool. That requires a lot of talent, man, to be able to translate analytic philosophy into a way that the general public can understand. You have a gift for that, man. 580. Ooh, dude, do you realize that you have read more philosophical journal articles on Twitch than I have streamed meditations, man? That's incredible. That's incredible, dude. I'm impressed, man. I'm impressed. Yeah, that's really, really cool. Good for you, dude, bringing philosophy to the masses. And here's the other thing about philosophy. A lot of people come on Twitch and they're gamers, right? And they might see, hey, philosophy stream. I have a little bit of interest in philosophy. Let me go check that out, right? And then they pop in and they're like, hey, This is actually legit stuff. So he's like kind of like the gateway to like philosophy, and he's introduced a lot of young people. He's introduced philosophy to them and older people as well. And he's also can break it down in a way they understand it. And he's also like a good dude. And if he was like a pompous asshole, I think he wouldn't have gained as much traction as he has. But yeah. All right. Yeah, he said you had to look it up. There will be a world championship of Minesweeper next September in Madrid. You may go, dude. That would be incredible. That would be incredible. You're the only person I know who's super hardcore in a Minesweeper. I mean, I played just casually. I played casually, like way back in the day. And like, was it in DOS 5.0? They had Minesweeper, man. I was an early computer dude. But anyways, yeah. So Minesweeper's good stuff. It's kind of like logic, right? It's kind of like logic. I mean, at the end of the day, a lot of it's just like, oh, well, if it's not here, then it's got to be here, right? Or if it's not here, it's got to be here. Or what are the odds that it's going to be here, right? It's like a cool logic puzzle. A lot of people don't even know this about analytics. People hear philosophy, right? People hear the word philosophy, and maybe they hear Western philosophy or continental philosophy, but then they hear analytic philosophy, and a lot of people don't even know what that is. And I tell people, it's basically math. It's a lot. I mean, it's logic. It's logic, right? It's logic, kind of superimposed on all the different ideas, on all the different philosophical ideas and questions, right? And we try to understand things through an unambiguous logical framework, and we try to beat at those fucking continental philosophers for all their vagueness and all their obscurity and how they're not clear about anything. But anyways, yeah, we some of us are a little more ridiculous about it. Some of us are accepting of continental philosophers. I don't know. I've had to learn to be a little more accepting over time. But when I was in grad school, my program was not accepting at all of any continental philosophy. They were very much, my whole program, that the department had literally said, quote, "There has never been a good French philosopher except Descartes." He said, and I was like, well, what? I started naming off other French philosophers, and he's like, they're not philosophers. And I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean they're not philosophers? And I'm like reading off all the French existentialists, and he's like, they're not doing philosophy. They're doing something else. That's what he said. So like that's kind of interesting, right? It's kind of interesting. I mean, my program, like I said, it was as analytic as you can get. They denied that these people were even philosophers, man. Let's see, you say yep, they included it to help people learn to use the right and left click on the mouse. Or that, right? Or that, you got to use the right click every now and then. Sometimes people get a little left click, heavy, right? But what about the middle button? The curse, the roll, the wheel. You got to use the wheel now. They didn't have that back in the day, but it's a thing. All right. Anyways, where are we at here? I think we're all caught up with everything. Liquid South. You say that was like a meditation version 2.0. Thank you, man. Thank you. All right, so we're gonna stick with the rune pull, and I'm gonna add a command. I'll add a command for it, and I'll add a channel redemption. So donate some points, and I'll do a rune pull. We'll keep it free. This is my work shouldn't cost anything. I'm doing what I love. I'm being a Bodhisattva, helping people find love and joy in their life and help others around them. I mean, who could be more blessed than have the opportunity to do that, right? Hey, Hulk Hogan, brother. Good to see you, man. Great to see you, dude. Yeah. Welcome in. We're just finishing up. You know what we did today? I was talking about these runes that my friend made me. She's actually my massage therapist also, and she burned the rune symbols into all of these runes. Did some kind of like spell or something on them to enchant them, and then gave them to me. And then I got this book from a buddy, and so we're going to be doing rune pulls on here from now on. We went over the rune that I pulled, which is this one. We went over that rune a little earlier, and we read what it had to say about that, and it was kind of interesting. It's like a different take on life. So I'm going to become a rune guy, I guess. That's like a new thing, and we'll see. Hopefully, someone will get something out of it. it's also a nice thing to do after the meditation, because I usually do the meditation and then it's like, all right, I know you guys feel great, time to get the fuck out, right? Now at least we have like we got a continuation. We used to do readings from these books, the Tao Te Ching, Grimm's Fairy Tales, and we used to do the chakra balancing. But I don't know. I kind of feel like doing like the runes are a nice change of pace. And that's not to say that we'll never get back into the Tao Te Ching and reading like a verse from that every time, or doing like chakra balancing. But the runes are pretty badass, you know. And also I was told that I have the beard of a rune guy. So like if I got the beard of a rune guy, I got to do the rune pulse. So this is like a thing, you know. You say that is awesome. You played RuneScape. Oh, hell yeah. All right. And you say a coolest shirt ever. This was the original System of a Down shirt. Thanks, man. Yeah, this was, I believe, this was literally the first one they ever came out with. Oh, here's a cool story. A lot of you probably don't know this story. I helped promote System of a Down. I helped get them their start. How fucking awesome is this? So here's a story. I ran the second largest website in the world. I programmed it and created the second largest website in the world for the band Tool back in the 90s, in the mid 90s, early to mid 90s. So it was called Virtual Hates Tool Page. All right. I had over 6 million hits, man. And these are unique motherfucking hits. It was pretty cool, right? But anyways, the producer of System of a Down contacted me and was like, hey, I really like your website. I'm trying to promote this new band called System of a Down. I'm also the promoter for Tool. Is it cool if I send you some a demo tape of System of a Down and some merch? And if you like them, you could put a link to our website. We're trying to get the word out there about this band called System of a Down. And I was like, yeah, sure, that sounds great. So she sent me their original demo tape and like some stickers and stuff like that. And I put it on and I was like, whoa, this sounds great. You know, I've never heard anything like this before, because their original stuff sounds totally unique. You know, it wasn't like anything, right? So I put a link to on my website, and I introduced a lot of people to System of a Down. So that was something I got to do. So yeah, and then, you know, they were around for a while and they actually made it big. And then now I think they're probably defunct now, right? I haven't heard much about them lately. But I kind of fell off after like a few albums, but I still have a lot of respect for them. Serge, their main dude, a lot of people probably don't know, but he was actually a successful CEO of some company. And he decided that he was sick of the corporate world and decided he was just going to make music, and that's kind of how they all got started. So, yeah, I used to really like them. I don't really listen to them anymore, but when I hear them, you know, I'm not like, I don't turn them off. I still have a fond appreciation for them. Nover, you say that's amazing. Yeah, I mean it's amazing that they actually made it. You know, like I thought, you know, what the fuck? I put a link on my website. You know, what is that going to do? But it helped. I actually had a bunch of people then contact me. You know, in the early days of websites, if you had a website for like a band, people didn't even understand that you weren't that band. So like I was literally getting fan mail for a long time from people who thought I was fucking Maynard of Tool, like that I was Danny Carey, that I was Adam Jones. They thought that I was the band, and they're like, dude, your music is so amazing, man. I fucking love you, dude. You know, hey, well, you could have come to Detroit anytime soon, blah blah. And I'm like, no, dude, I'm not the band. I just run the website. But like in the early days, people didn't know what the hell was going on. In the early '90s, like no one even know. I mean, the fact that like I could like change the font on my website and like have like different font types, and like, you know, I'd have like a table. Like when the table function came out for like in HTML and JavaScript and all that, it was like a big deal. It's like, oh, we can have like a table on our website now, you know. And then like all of a sudden, you know, you could do other stuff, right? So I did that for a while, and then I went to college and just didn't fucking care anymore. But anyways, yeah, I had an early start with that. That was my main programming experience. Now I never monetized the shit. In retrospect, I wonder, maybe I should have, but my thing was I didn't want to sell out. And I know like everyone sells out nowadays. Everyone puts like a link on their fucking shit, go buy this album, even if it's just like buying the album at Amazon, right? I resisted until like the very end. At the very end, I just put like one small link where someone could go and buy an album on Amazon. But I didn't like the notion of trying to make money off this. I was doing it just strictly because I liked the band and I wanted to help people, get the guitar tabs, the bass tabs, the drum tabs, to be able to get all the lyrics and all that kind of stuff, and then just also talk about cool experiences I had at the shows and stuff like that. But yeah, Virtual Hates Tool Page. That was the name of it. Way back in the day, it was like so childish and whatever, but like it was still fun. It was fun. The second largest website for the band Tool behind Tool. By the way, Tool didn't even have an official website at that time. How funny is that? This was before the days where bands even had fucking websites, man. The biggest website was actually a website called Toolshed. It was at toolshed.net. And I don't think that website's even around anymore. But that was literally like the place to go for all the information on the band. Hulk Hogan brother, you say that is the coolest story you've ever heard. Agni the God. Yeah, it was just nice to be able to help out and show people the band Tool, because I love that band. I still love that band to this day, and show people. System and introduce people to System of a Down, help them get their start, right? All right. Let's see. You saw them at Riot Fest at 2015, and they were amazing. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's pretty cool. By the way, a cool little tidbit. I actually worked Riot Fest this year. Just doing alcohol sales. I was in the Riot. It was called the Riot Pop Container. And I was just slinging booze. This was decent. I got to go see Slayer. They had Sublime there. It was a pretty good lineup. Oh, I got to see Rob Zombie this year. So it was, yeah, I just was slinging booze. I made a bunch of money for like a weekend, got to go see some bands I wanted to see, and had a good experience. I've been working festivals on weekends. If I want to go check out like a festival, I got a connection now that got me into work some pretty cool festivals where I get to hear music and interact with good people and just sell some alcohol, and everyone tipped great. It was pretty amazing. All right, let's see. Hulk Hogan brother, you say Agni was an integral part of the metal scene. I mean, I was a little bit. I helped out in the early stages. Nowadays I'm just a listener, just a fan. But I still support metal bands by going to shows and stuff like that. I saw Emperor when they were in Chicago. That was pretty badass. And I got to see Emperor. Emperor's like those of you who don't know, they're legends of Norwegian black metal. And they came to Chicago last year, and I got to go see Emperor. It was so amazing at the Aragon. That was a badass show. Like I never in a million years never thought I'd get to see Emperor. I can't believe I got a chance to see them. Now, if I can just see Arcturus, my life will be complete. I've seen all the bands I wanted to see, because I got to see Sleepy Time Gorilla Museum, which is one of my favorite bands of all time recently. They reunited. They did a GoFundMe, and they're like, well, if we'll finish our album, we'll finish an album, and we'll do one final tour if we can get come up with $100,000. And they got $150,000 in no time. It was just all of a sudden, everyone's just like, we love you so much, Sleepy Time Gorilla Museum. We want your music. Here's $150,000. Finish an album, and they finished it up and toured, and I got to see them recently. So that was incredible too. That was way better. Actually, that was better than Emperor. They're one of the most interesting avant-garde metal bands in the planet. They probably are the most interesting. They're out of I believe they're out of where are they out of? Oakland. I think they're out of Oakland, but I know they're all very highly educated musicians from Berkeley's College of Music. So they know their shit. Carla Kilstead, Nils is the main vocals, and then they do a lot of cool stuff. They make their own instruments. They use some stock stuff, but they literally make different types of instruments. They made a rowboat, and as you're rowing, and like it like plays different sounds, and like you can make different sounds by the speed you row and like the angles and stuff like that. It's like, who the fuck makes their own instruments? You know, what metal bands do that? It's like totally original, you know? Because they're like, oh, we're not happy with the instruments that are out there. We're gonna make our own. And they make these like unique, interesting kind of music. So check them out. Sleepy Time Grill Museum. They're definitely worth a listen. All right. Let's see. Hulk Hogan brother, you say, nah, man, you made an honest contribution to this. Man, yeah, and it feels good. At the end of the day, it feels good that I was able to help out and help support the metal scene. Okay, what else are we at? I think we're pretty good. All right, so I need to go eat some food. It's 11:35 Chicago time. I haven't eaten dinner, and I've worked out. I did 6 hours of workout in the morning, and then I went to 2 yoga classes in the evening, and I haven't even eaten dinner. All I've eaten is my breakfast. So this is ridiculous. I need to get some food in me, like ASAP. I'm starting to feel like kind of ravenous right now. So let's get the raid call all set up. And thank you all for hanging with me, by the way, this whole time. I appreciate you all. I love you all unconditionally. You all know that by now, at least everyone who knows me. All right, so here we go. Here's the rate call. If you're a subscriber, copy and paste. If you want to subscribe, that's cool. If not, that's also cool. If you want to follow, that's cool. If not, that's also cool. Yeah, let's see who's out there. Let's see who I can raid. Who's out there in the Twitch world? Let's see. Who is out there? Oh, I mean, this is a no-brainer. This is absolutely a no-brainer. Oh no, did my mouse really just? All right, my mouse, it's got batteries, so wireless. I got to bring up my other mouse. Give me a second here, because my mouse decided to die on me. At least it did not die during the meditation. That would have been annoying. I wish my mouse would have given me like a warning that it was getting low on batteries. I think that would help my cause a little bit. Let's see. All right, so let's see who's, here we go. Okay. We are going to raid my brother, who's actually in here earlier. He was in here earlier. We are going to raid Zwar. Zwar was in here. Zwar he did 365 consecutive days of meditation streaming here on Twitch. He's also a huge yogi. He's big into yoga. He had a very interesting transition. He's in the metal. He's like really big into the metal scene. Was never into yoga and meditation, and then just kind of like had like an epiphany, and realized he needed to do something to change his life. And I believe he went the TM route, the Transcendental Meditation route, and then he streamed 365 days of meditation and yoga. So we're gonna give him a raid. He's also major pothead. And good dude. He'll smoke on stream, and I don't know. Some people like that, some people don't. But if you have your kids with you and you don't want them to see that, probably don't come along. Anyways, yeah, I love you all unconditionally. He's playing a game. Oh, it's funny too. He's playing a game called Faith: The Unholy Trinity, which is perfect. I love it. That's like the perfect thing that I want to transition into after this meditation. So anyways, thank you all so much for being here with me. Like I said, I love you all unconditionally. Spread love and light wherever you go. Be a kind human being to those around you. And that's it. At the end of the day, just try to brighten someone's day a little bit, and you're making a difference. Namaste.